Probably the craziest story of the day, sent to me from none other than JP. I don't know if this is originated in Boca Raton or what, but I'll just read the headline and then you're going to run with it. So, people are dropping $25K to beautify their buttholes with plastic surgery.
Well, this must be, remember we talked about, this must be a really slow media day, but this is definitely something that you'll probably see on the networks at Sweeps Weeks. So this story was sort of a permutation of vaginal rejuvenation. So people started thinking, well, if you start to use these lasers and radiofrequency devices to tighten up vaginas which have been loosened after childbirth and fix up some incontinence and menopausal tightening of the mucosa, people started saying, well, can we use them in the anus and in the rectum to tighten up some of those things there? And, you know, anatomically, the mucosa of the vagina is different than the mucosa inside your colon. So I think it's kind of a bad idea to stick hot objects up your rectum to try to do things there. You know, hot stuff doesn't belong there because it can lead to burns, and we've all have a general surgery background. So I think the danger there is that it's untested. But we do use things, we were talking earlier before we went online, we do use Botox in the rectum. I mean, I don't, but general surgeons do to fix fissures, where when I was in general surgery training, we used to make 2 incisions there, which had a long healing period. So I think there's some use for some of these new things around the rectum, but sticking a hot poker up your butt to tighten it up a little bit is probably not the thing I would think of first.
So there's a couple things. Like, I feel like this is an example of, you know, reality imitating fiction, in that Dr. Gordon and I, who use these radiofrequency devices for vaginal rejuvenation, have talked about for a while, the next thing you know, somebody's going to want to use this for anal rejuvenation. Second, I feel like this article, this is not the realm of plastic surgery. This is not plastic surgeons that have done this. These are the guy in the article was a cardiothoracic surgeon who just kind of made this his little niche practice.
Yeah, but how do you go from a cardiac surgeon to anal rejuvenator?
Had to be a weekend course.
Yeah. Right.
It's financially driven. He lives in the population who would seek this out. He said in the article that he's a gay guy. And that's kind of who they said is going after this type of rejuvenation, even though they said it's becoming more common in women because anal sex is less taboo now, etc. But I feel like I just want to repeat what Jason said. The anus is not the vagina. The mucosa is not the same. The musculature is not the same. And if you go too deep and you're in the rectum, like, that's a catastrophe. Yes. So I feel like
you could die. You could die.
Yes. You could die. And so people have been wanting to make their anus look more attractive for a long time. Anal bleaching and trimming and et cetera, but probably it's going to take one person to have this disaster before, or more and more people are going to do it.